Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Aisha Khalid and welcome to my channel Maths Madness by Aisha Khalid. So we were discussing past paper questions. Let's discuss another question. At a town center car park, the length of stay in hours is denoted by the random variable x, which has probability density function given by. Interpret the inequalities 1 to 9 in the definition. All right. So when I say this is the length of stay in hours, I can say that the minimum stay of an hour, the minimum stay of a in car parking is 1 hour, and the maximum stay of a car in the car parking is 9 hours. Minimum car parking hours are 1. Maximum car parking hours are 9. Now for the second part, show that k is equals to 3 upon 4. So you know when we integrate the function with full limit, the answer is equals to 1. Add 1 to the power divided by new power. Minus 2k with the limits 9 and 1. Minus 2k upon so this becomes minus 2 upon 3k plus 2k is equals to 1. It becomes 4k upon 3 equals to 1. 4 upon 3. So k becomes 3 upon 4. Now the third part of the question. The third part says find the mean. So mean is x f of x with the full limit. Now what is x? F of x is 3 upon 4 x to the power minus 3 upon 2. 1 plus same basis, powers will add. So it becomes 3 upon 4 x to the power minus half. Integrated with the full limit. Plus 1 to the power divided by new power. 6 upon 4 x power half. 9, 1 equals to the mean. 6 upon 4, 9 power half, minus 6 upon 4. 6 upon 4 into 3 minus 6 upon 4 gives you 18 upon 4 minus 6 upon 4. It gives you the mean as 3. Now, what is the next part of the question? The charge for a length of stay of x hours is this. Find the length of stay for the charge to be at least $0.75. Now, this is the charge for x hours. So when for x hours, you charge 1 minus e minus x dollars. If you have $0.75, how many hours are you staying? The charge should be at least 0.75. These are the charges. So for these charges, the charges should be less than 1 minus 0.75. In order to cancel out the signs, we need to flip the inequality. Now put ln. ln 0.25 is minus 1.836. So when we remove e and take it to the other side, it becomes ln. Once again, when we cancel out the sign, the inequality sign flips. Therefore, this is the length of stay for you to have the minimum at least $0.75 of charges. Find the probability of the charge being at least 0.75. So for these number of hours, when you stay, you get at least 0.75. So what is the probability of staying for this duration? So let's integrate it. 1.386 till 1. The function is 3 upon 4 x to the power minus 3 upon 2 because we found the value of k. Add 1 to the power divided by new power. Minus 6 upon 4 x to the power minus half Put the limits. When you put the upper limit, this is what you get. Minus. Then you input the lower limit. You get a 1.5. 1.274 plus 1.5 gives you minus 1.274 plus 1.5 gives you 0.226 is my probability. Now, let's move on to one more question. Okay. Show that the lifetime of the power light on a freezer which is left on continuously can be modeled by this distribution. Show that K is equals to 3. Now, there is no end limit to it. No end limit means the end limit is infinity. Infinity till 0 and the answer is 1. Let's integrate it. Copy the function divided by the differential of the power. That's how you integrate an exponential function. Let's put the limits. Now, remember, e to the power minus infinity is equals to 0 and e to the power infinity is equals to infinity. So this is the case that we will apply here. And anything to the power 0 is 1. 0 minus, there was already a minus here. So the value of K becomes 3. Now the next part says, find the lower quartile. For the lower quartile, you know that when you integrate with lower quartile to the initial limit, the value K is 3. The answer is a 0.25. Copy the function divided by the differential of the power. Lower quartile to 0. Minus cancels out. E moves on the other side, becomes ln. So lower quartile will become ln 0.75 divided by minus 3. Let's evaluate it. It becomes a 0.095. Now, the next question is find the mean lifetime. This is important. For mean, you know we need to multiply the function by x and then integrate it with full limit. Now, when x and exponential are together, it's again by parts. Late. Algebra and exponential. Algebra becomes u. V bar becomes e to the power minus 3x. V will become e power minus 3x upon minus 3. U bar will become 1. Now 3 goes outside. U, V minus U bar V pe we will put the integration sign. So this becomes U V x e minus 3x upon minus 3 minus U bar V. Now x e minus 3x upon 3 plus e minus 3x, copy it down, divided by the differential of the power. Now put the limits of infinity and 0. Infinity means this entire thing becomes 0. This is infinity. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't really come. Infinity upon 3 is 0. 0. Minus. When we put the upper limit, this is lower limit, this is 0. And this is, when you put the 0 here, it becomes a 1 upon 9. So 0 minus 3 upon 9 minus 9. So the mean becomes 1 upon 3. All right, folks, let's start with another question. Now, this is going to be a graph question. Okay, the diagrams show the graphs of two functions g and h. For each of the following functions, give a reason why it cannot be a probability density function. Okay, this is the probability density function over here. And if I look at this, 2 units, 1 unit. Area under the graph is 2 into 1, 2. Can the area be 2? The area cannot exceed 1. So it has to be 2. All right, let's look at this. Okay. The probability density function cannot be in the negative y-axis region. So these are the two reasons why it cannot be a probability density function. I'm not doing this. Show that the expectation is this. So you just need to multiply it with x. And then 30 upon x becomes 30 ln x. Now put the limits 15 and 10 and find out the answers. All right. Let's do a couple of more graph questions. All right. Find in any order probability of x less than 2, and what has been given to us is the probability of x less than 1 is 0.25. So some 1 must be somewhere here, and less than 1 the probability is 0.25. Okay, so we can use the area concept. We can say that the smaller triangle is similar to this bigger triangle. Let's take the base of the bigger one is a, base of the smaller one is 1 whole square, because I'm using the concept of L1 upon L2, the whole square is equals to area 1 upon area 2. And they're saying you can find the questions in any order, doesn't matter. The full area is equal to 1. And the area behind 1 is 0.25. So the value of A becomes 2. So we're done with this part. Now, probability of x less than 2. Okay, so we know that 2 is this full function. The probability of less than 2 is going to be 1. Okay, now here. Next is that we have to find out f of x. What is this? The yellow region is a triangle. Half into base into the height, which is the y coordinate here, equals to 1. So the value of y becomes 1. So this is 1. We know that the function passes through 2 points. It passes through the origin, 0, 0. Then the next point that it passes through is 2, 1. Let's find out the gradient. The intercept is 0. So the function becomes y is equals to mx plus c because it's a linear function. So f of x is equals to half x. Find the median of x. So you know when you integrate with the median and the initial limit, which is 0, area is equals to 0.5. So add 1 to the power divided by new power, it becomes x squared upon 4. Median 0 is equals to 0.5. So x squared is equals to 0.5. I'm not putting the limits because I know 0 gives me a 0. 4 into 0.5 and then an under root on it. So x squared is 2 and then x becomes under root 2. So the median here is under root 2. If you have any questions, you don't understand, I found the median, you can discuss it with me once again. So this is the median working. Sorry, it's overlapping with my next question. Okay, find the value of A and show that the expectation is this. Okay, so we know it's A comma A and it passes through 0 comma 0. A upon A, the gradient is 1 and the intercept is C. So the function becomes y is equals to mx plus c. The gradient is 1, c is 0, so it just becomes x. How do we find out the expectation? Half into, now let's find out the value of a first. Base into height equals to 1. A square equals to 2, so a becomes under root 2. We also found the function. Now let's f of x integrated with full limit gives you the expectation. Now what is f of x? It is x. So x squared. That's integrated. X cube upon 3. Put the limit under root 2 and 0. I'm not going to put 0 because it's pretty useless. Gives you 0.942 as my expectation. 0.943 after rounding off. Now, let's look at the third question. Find the value of c. Pretty much the same thing. Half into c equals to 1. C square is 2. C is equals to under root 2. Find the value of a such that probability of a and 1 is zero point 0.1. Okay, let's find out for this. We need to find out the function. So if it's c comma c, it's 0 comma 0, you know the function is y is equals to x. X integrated with 1a, the answer is 0.1. Integrated, put the limit of 1 and a. So this becomes 0.5 minus 0.1 gives you a 0.4 equals to a square upon 2. 0.4 into 2 is a 0.8. Square root 0.8 gives you 0.894 as my value of a. Now the last part says find the expectation. So you know for the expectation, we need to multiply the function by x. Then we need to integrate it with full limit. Full limit is c and 0. So this is x square c0 dot dx. Integrate kar diya. Now c0. C is under root 2. So under root 2 cube it divided by 3 gives you 0.942. That's going to be my expectation. That's about it, folks. I'm done with continuous random variable from my end. If you have any questions from past papers, anything that you don't understand, you could always comment down under my video and I'll get back to you. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Bye-bye.